Right, hello. Welcome back to Ace Attorney. So, Ace Attorney didn't actually win the vote for the next series. Medieval Dynasty did, much to my surprise, actually. But I figured it was probably not a good idea to stop in the middle of the case, considering remembering important details is, important. Hello, MC2M. Welcome to Pun World. Right. Let's pick up where we left off. In the middle of episode 2, Turnabout Sisters. It's the day of the trial. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. Better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. MC2M says, too bad this game didn't win, and it is great fun. Oh, we'll finish it eventually. It's just that we're going to do Medieval Dynasty first. And then there will be another opportunity, probably, to vote for this. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Mina says, do your best attempt at a posh British accent for edgy.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it.
That's not posh. Too bad.
The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor.
I'm going to stop doing the accent because it's distracting me from what he's actually saying. Fortunately, I think I know his. I think I know what he's saying. Basically, that Faye did it, and there was something about a witness. I think. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. He always looks confused. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, is that your name or your profession? My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Sorry, I just ate. So I got some gunk in my throat. Very well, sir. Water. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Ah, nice. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence, again, although I'm still pretty sure that this is the other statue that Harry made. No, his name's Larry, not Harry. Harry was what Mia called him. His name's Larry. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Okay. Now, detective. Yes, sir. Wait a minute. Hold on. Can I look at that map again? Oh, that's very convenient. Okay. There's a view cone. So apparently the window was straight on. Right? So body was here. Murder object here. So someone standing here would not be visible. Same. Also, someone standing here would not be visible. And notably, that's where all of the disturbed stuff is. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Well, so was I. Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had heard hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Nope. Buffering? Okay. Yeah, I think that's on your end, not mine. Witness testimony. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. The very moment, you say. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack! MC2M, do your best impression of being a lawyer in this universe? Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It works lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Okay. When would that be exactly? Press. Who did you say you got a call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay, I press. Not sure it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Okay, keep pressing, I guess? Are you absolutely sure it was us? Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With her funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair? This is anime. Everyone has spiky hair. You 2 stand out like suspicious people at a crime scene. No, he does have a point about her. She is pretty unmistakable. I should pick my points and press with a little more care. Okay, I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Okay. Why? We had a witness account describing her. Hold on just one second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in the pink's claim was hard evidence? Well, what? Miss May isn't suspicious and she isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have its advantages. So you're pressing the advantage, are you? Yes! Yeah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. It was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Hard evidence. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Okay. Let's see. So she's positioned right at the edge of the space that would have been visible. So Maya would have been right there, kneeling next to her. But again, someone standing here, or about another few feet to the right, well, right, the way we're facing, would not be visible. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. How you like that? That's my hard evidence. Not very hard. I mean, It's physically present, but it's not exactly definitive. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of information the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. Alright. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. Is that the right order? I think it is, yeah. So let's keep going. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Okay, press this. Do you have proof it was Maya who wrote that? No, that's not what you ask. Ask, what on earth does that doesn't prove anything. Of course I do, pal. Uh-oh. You sounded pretty confident. This might not be good. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger, right? Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Okay, here we press.
Hold it!
Detective Gumshoe, do you get a lot of cases where the victim actually writes the killer's name? Sure, it happens all the time in books and movies. This isn't a movie, Detective. Yeah, it's a video game. Oof. Let's talk about reality, shall we? I guess I haven't heard of many cases, no. Don't you find it a little odd that the victim would write down a name? Especially the name of her own sister, who was apparently right next to her? Yeah, actually, you got a point, pal.
Objection!
Stop right there. The witness's opinion on the matter is irrelevant. The facts are clear. The victim wrote down the name of the accused. But that could mean anything. The victim told us the name of her killer. Order! Order! That didn't go so well. That's right! What he said! That's his whole testimony. Okay, there has to be a contradiction in there somewhere. Let's find it. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. A memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Oh, and I can go back. Okay. What if I press here? Tell me more. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote no. And then who did write it, Smarty Pants? Who? I didn't. The killer. The killer. Anyone can see that. Oh. You're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please. She was framed.
Objection!
Hold on. If that's the case, where's your evidence? Where's your evidence? Ha, I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal. Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found. Okay. Do I have relevant evidence here? Yeah. Department store receipt. Floor plans. Glass shards. Nobody has accounted for the glass shards. Let's see. There's the wiretap. Well, I could present this, I suppose.
Objection!
This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction that... that's generic. How exactly are they? They aren't, are they? Okay, they're not at all. Okay. Facts over for making accusations. That wasn't an accusation. I was just asking for more information. Okay. Okay. So, he wants evidence of... back... of this, I think. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking for a contradiction here. Found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. None of this really contradicts that. Examine the scene of the crime. Found a piece of paper next to the victim's body. Over the case details. Okay. Where does that live again? Let's see. 9 p.m. Holds a conversation. Let me see. You have a blatant contradiction in there somewhere? Do I? I mean, the only contradiction, the only issue I see so far is that he seems very sure that the fact that Maya's name is on the paper means that Maya was the killer, which is very flimsy. Let's see. I didn't pick up the, go over the evidence. So I've got, the autopsy report. I've got the, cell phone recording of the conversation which happened before they met. We got the glass shards that were, presumably a light stand, but they were to the victim's left. We got the statue, that is the clock. That's belongs to Larry Butts. Why would me and not write that piece of paper? Okay. Well, that would be because there was someone else in the room with her, and that would be the killer. Back to the second one. The cell phone. Wait a minute, this is not a... Okay, hold on a second. There is a contradiction here. This is not a memo, this is a receipt. Okay, how about this? Let's try this, because it's not a memo. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see anything contradictory. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Come on! Whoops, that didn't go so well. It's not a memo. Where do the case details live again? I have Mia's autopsy report. The glass shards. I don't think I picked up the receipt when I left the room. There's the wiretap. And the phone. These are the case details. Okay. Well, my attorney's badge is not relevant. Recommend reading through everything, parsing it. Okay. Time of death, September 5th, 9 p.m. Single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Oh!
Right. I remember this last... I thought of this last time, but then I forgot. Death was instantaneous. Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Victims. Victim's finger. Victim wrote the killer's name before she died. Okay. Tab. Okay. Death was instantaneous.
Objection!
Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey, accusing the defendant, Maya Fey? That's really what you're saying? Well, what? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But... no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order! Order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? When? I do forget. When did I get this? Gumshoe gave this to me, didn't he? The day after the murder. Right? Am I remembering this correctly? This is why I'm finishing this today, because I would not be able to remember this details if I waited until 2 weeks from now. Okay, day after the murder. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. Very specific. I received these results this morning. No way! Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? You're a sham, the detective's a sham, or I'm a sham. I don't really want to say any of these things. I'm a sham? Okay. Detective Gumshoe, was I a fool to trust you in your report? Ah, okay. Interesting. Huh? Me? I wasn't... Huh? Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you, handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. What? But... Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Okay. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit. Okay. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. Not really. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes? It's not the obvious conclusion. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. Ooh, boy, this should be juicy. Is it the quote-unquote lady from the hotel room? This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. All right. Let the witness, Miss April May, take a stand. April May what? Exactly what part of her is innocent? Okay. She doesn't look human. Witness, your name, please. April May at your service, week. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Aw, yes, Your Honor. This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred? Gee, I was, like, in my hotel room, tee-hee. I checked in right after lunch. This hotel is directly across from Fay & Company law offices? That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. Okay. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was a mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy. Apollo Justice Trilogy just got announced today. Remaster, presumably. Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any... Well, wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm, don't you? Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Maya Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? You bet I am. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay. It was like 9 o'clock at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, ooh, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away. Okay. Well, the room is... The field of view is very, very narrow. So let's try this. Hopefully this works out. Well, let me review for a minute. Okay. Back. She caught up to her and she hit her. Press her on facts. Good idea. Okay. So press. April May has popped with the single most 18 plus thing on your channel. I don't know. There might have been some stuff in GTA 5. The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey? Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing. Your thing? And the person attacking her? The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, like, dodged to one side and ran away.
Hold it!
She dodged? Dodged what? Well, the attack. Please continue your testimony. Okay. That girl, she caught up to her and she hit her.
Hold it!
Personally recommend you saving the game during cross-examinations? Okay. How did you know it was my client? Huh? Well, gee. First of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could do it? Could it be but her? She has a point. Let's see. You're right, or I question your testimony. I mean, I do question this testimony. A girl's build and small does not really prove anything, but I don't have specific evidence to contradict it. Wait a minute. Yes, I can. Maybe. It's heavy. I know that. Okay, saving, huh? You know what? I'm going to save to a second slot. Okay, haven't played the Trilogy release, but Ace Attorney follows the old school game design where if you screw up, you have to go all the way back to the last save. Yeah. Let's see. Simple. Contradicting based on simple logic doesn't seem to work on this courtroom. You need specific evidence. I think I'm gonna let this pass. I mean, she's not right, but there's something I'm overlooking here. I mean, in relation to this particular point, I mean, if she dodged out of the attack, out of the way of the attack, then presumably she would no longer be visible. And like, she ran away. What's the first thing when you think of when you see Maya Fey? I don't know, her hair, her slim, tall build, very straight in how she carries herself, even when dead. No, oh no, that's Mia. Maya was the first thing, pink. Her weird hair. Let's see. So she was to the victim's left. Where was the statue? I cannot remember. The clock, statue, whatever. So Mia was here. Maya was here. She would have been visible. Let's see. It's hard to give clues without spoiling. Yeah, I'm starting to see a limitation of this game in that it has one mechanic, and that is basically linking a physical piece of evidence to contradictory testimony. It doesn't really seem to have room for logical inconsistencies. Okay. Died from a blow by a blunt object. Maya's cell phone. So, this would not be relevant, I don't think. It's all about precise logic over one subject. Yeah. Broken remains of glass light stand. There's the statue. It does. You're just currently being a bit inflexible in your thinking. Wiretap was at Miss May's hotel room. I mean, the obvious contradiction is that, like, so the witness has not described any identifying characteristics other than small and a woman's physique, which is not enough to identify someone. Okay, give me a hint. I'm kind of stuck here. Let's see. While you're typing out that hint, let me review this. Okay. So, 1. Mia, what's up? Clock made to look like a thinker. Why is her description so generic? Well, obviously, because she wasn't actually seen there. Let's see. She does have a very distinct, appearance, but I don't know how to raise that point. I mean, I could say I question your testimony, but I don't have any physical evidence to back it up. For dialogue sequences like this, you don't actually need the evidence? Okay, I thought I did, because the last time I did that, Edgeworth pounced on me. Okay, alright then. I question your testimony. Okay, hold on a minute, that testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that, that you saw nothing or you're lying. Let's see. I mean, this is the same either way, right? I guess you saw nothing? Did you really see the defendant at all? Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm clueless. About this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Not to mention the hair. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis, except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of those things. That testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? Rower! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. Okay. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. That would have been out of view. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did.
that clock.
Okay.
The kind of statue-y clock? The thinker, I think?
Okay, so from that vantage point, you would have no way of knowing that's a clock. Okay?
Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you, Teehee?
Okay, I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. All right. All right. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Okay. Then the girl in hippie clothes ran after her. She hit her with that weapon. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to press here real quick. Pressing doesn't seem to reduce whatever this meter was. Okay. Press. Is that right as in your right? As in you look from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright? Please continue. And the girl in hippie clothes ran after her. Okay. How far are we talking? How convenient for you to remember her hippie clothes. That's what she was wearing. Oh, and her hair was all done up like a bun. Ugh. What happened then? She hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. Okay. I'm gonna press you on this real quick. A clock? Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, I have a feeling I'm on to something now. Okay, that clock. Right. The thinker. Present.
Objection!
Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that. Shut up! You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order! Order! Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh,
Objection!
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
Objection!
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Phew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Company?
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room, teehee.
The law offices of Fay & Company where the murder took place is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because, it couldn't have rung. There was nothing in it. The clockwork had been removed. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. Okay. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly... Just take a look, right now. Oh. See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big, fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May? Tisk tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Miss Wright, or Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? Ah, but I have evidence about that. It was after the witness heard the clock. Then, if it was after the witness heard the clock, then there's no contradiction. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. In, what, all the 5 minutes? And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? I can. Ho ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when the clockwork was removed is this conversation, which was before 9 o'clock. Right? 9:27 a.m., not p.m. So it was, the clockwork was empty the whole time. Right? Yeah, had to take the clock out back. Or the clockwork out.
Take that!
Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, you have a girly phone. Ooh, wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Order! The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Grumble. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Okay, this wasn't made at a store. This was made by Larry. Oops, I forgot. Wink. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness had not seen the clock before. I mean, it's the clock itself, right? It's, yeah, made by Larry Butts.
Take that!
It's simple. This clock was never in any store, ever. What? A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody. Alright, so it was the other one. Both of these clocks were murder weapons. Impossible! Everything is sold in stores. Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses not on sale today? Ooh. Oh ho ho. Oh no. Time for transformation. What's it to you, porcupine head?
What? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh, silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did, teehee, wink.
Scary. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you held it. This is familiar territory. Just use the same approach as with Larry. Miss May held that very clock in her hand. Wait, no, that's wrong. She heard about it because she had a wiretap. Drat. Okay. Mr. Wright, when was this? When she used it to strike the victim. When else? Order, order. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? April May, you killed Mia Fey, I say. And when you struck, the force of the impact made the thinker ring. That's when you heard it.
Objection!
Tisk, tisk. You truly are a work of art, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What's that supposed to mean? It was you who just proved that the thinker was empty. Oh, of course it wouldn't ring. What's more, the witness had a rock-solid alibi. Miss May, perhaps you could explain to the poor, misguided Mr. Wright that you were in the hotel at the time of the murder? She can't prove it. She did it. It would be my pleasure. No way. Yes way, Mr. Lawyer. Tee-hee, didn't the murder take place at 9 o'clock at night? Gee, that's the exact time I ordered some room service from the hotel bellboy. Incidentally, the bellboy corroborates the witness's story. Ergo, she was not at the crime scene. Rock solid. Mr. Wright, you just made a serious accusation against a perfectly innocent woman. Sorry, Your Honor. That didn't go so well. But if that's the case, then how did she know the thinker was a clock? Wait. Your Honor, I figured it out. There is one other way Miss April May could have known it was a clock. One way alone, and I have proof. Well, proof, you say? Then the court will examine your proof, Mr. Wright. How did the witness know the thinker was a clock? With this wiretap found in Miss May's hotel room.
Take that!
Have a look at this.
Ah! Ooh, that?
I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Maya Fey's phone, were you not?
Ooh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I'm not entirely sure that it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
I mean, the phone in the office was disassembled.
Absolutely. Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone?
I'm pretty sure she did. Can you prove that?
I think not. Oh yeah? I think I can. It's simple. What?
Here's my proof. I mean, let me review this, but let's see. Check. All right. A clock, yes. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. This, again, right? Because Edgeworth wouldn't have heard this, because only I have this. Okay. Right. Back. The proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock was, well, you know, the recording.
Take that!
I present the defendant's cell phone. Yes, we've seen that. Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. Again? What is it this time? What's it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the Thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Unintelligible la-la noises. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl. Is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Let's see. Why the wiretap? Or, you did it, didn't you? I don't have any proof that she did it. So, why the wiretap? Miss May, why did you tap her phone? Answer the question. Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity-tapping irrelevant? Gah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? At the time of the murder, I was in my hotel room getting room service. How could I have killed her? If you don't believe me, just ask the bellboy. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. Call the bellboy as a witness or continue examining Miss May? Let's see. I don't think I have anything else on May. Let's see. Still haven't used the glass shards. Let's see. Department store receipt. Murder scene. The floor plans. Sure, let's call the bellboy, I guess. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
Objection!
I object to calling the bellboy. Well, why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree on one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby, you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. Does that work? Accept the condition or give up? Let's save. I think...
let's... Why is it offering me this? Is there something I could have missed? Well, first of all, let's find out what the heck give up means. Sure. Can't accept those conditions. Very well, the defense will refrain from calling the bellboy as a witness. I see. You may continue cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Okay. What exactly do you have left to examine, Mr. Wright? Miss April May has admitted to the wiretap, yes. That bears no relevance to the case at hand, a murder. There's no way you can prove any connection. Uh-oh. Think. This can't be the end. But I'm out of evidence. I believe the cross-examination is over. Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have any other witnesses to call? None, Your Honor. She's the last. What? But that means... Maya's guilty? Well, wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. The defense would like to call the bellboy after all. Tisk, tisk, tisk. As I thought. May I remind you, dear Mr. Wright, should you question the bellboy, and Miss April May's alibi prove to be solid, then by default, your client, Miss Maya Fey, will be pronounced guilty. Are you prepared to accept my condition? Okay, he's got me back in the corner, but I don't see any other way to take this. I accept. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of my work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. All right. I'm the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 p.m. in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. I see. The defense may begin cross-examination. Right, I'm ready, I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. All right. Business for 4 generations. Okay. Received a call after 8 p.m. in the morning, evening. Okay. Asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 o'clock on the dot. Tell me more. 9 o'clock on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after she finished, sir. 9 o'clock, the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. You're sure? Precisely 9 o'clock, then? Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, tee-hee, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 p.m. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May, herself. Okay, press. Tell me more. Are you sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir. As in, so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so very certain? Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guest, sir, favored with me an embarrasser, sir. Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, sir. Not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never ever forget, sir. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing here. There. Is that it?
Tisk tisk. Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? Protest, I guess. Wait! Please wait. Yes? Does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Objection!
Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright, I'll give you one more question, that's all. Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Bed making, check-in, room service. Okay, save here. And put it in this slot. Okay. Let's see. Check-in, beds, room service, or bed making. Room service seems the most relevant, but we've already covered a lot of the details. Still, let's just go for it. So tell me again about the room service. Again, sir? At exactly 9 o'clock, I delivered room service to Miss May in room 303. I guess I requested iced coffee. $18 was the charge, as I recall. I see. $18? Doesn't that seem a bit expensive? Yes, well, iced coffee for 2, you know. And we don't skip on the ice, sir. Okay, for 2, you say. What did he say? What did you say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Was someone else staying in Miss May's room?
Objection!
I object. That was objectionable. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention this in your testimony? Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention. Yes, quite, indeed. It was the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Ooh, okay. Mina says, I find it hilarious that $9 is now the standard price for iced coffee. He asked me not to mention if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Oof. You fool! I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Then, when you brought them room service, you didn't see that man in the room? That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was, the man with Miss May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Oof. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court. Oof. Upstart. Amateur. These accusations are ludicrous. Enough. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes. Yes, Your Honor. That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. Okay. Time for some more evidence gathering.
September 7th at 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan. Oh, I was just doing my job, you know? And again, that other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? That face of his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine. If you say so. So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now? Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet. Oh, I see. But I got a great lead in today's trial. A lead? That man with Miss May. He's the key. Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learning her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed. Yes, sir. I'm going to find out more about this man. Do you think he was the one who... Maybe so. Sis. Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise. I'm counting on you. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow, but now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Okay, the victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. And that was her right. Okay. Not to the left, where which would have broken the lamp. I don't know how much good this will do me at all now. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong to that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. Okay. Yes. Save progress. All right, so this is still case 2, right? I mean, I better keep going, otherwise I'm gonna forget. Okay, back. September 7th, 3:11 p.m. This game is a trial. All right. Well, hello. Okay. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer! I hope you die! Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May? No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask of me then? For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Okay. Examine. God wanted the visitor's room, right? Or maybe he just doesn't get to see a lot of women like Miss May in here. Let's see. Anything on the security camera? Smile for the camera. Yeah, nothing new. So, talk. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. Why did you place a wiretap on Miss Mia's phone? When you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May. Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, Creep. This woman is impossible to talk to. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Ooh, that does it. Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer. But bottom? I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers? Or just against me? Okay. Tab, court record. So if I... No, sorry. No, not talk. Present. Alright. So I guess let's show her stuff. Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost, because, well, I'm not cooperating. Okay, thanks, I noticed. So, the wiretap. Okay. Well, that'll do it for now. I guess. So let's move. So I can go to the Grossberg, or the Hotel, or the offices. Okay. Let's start by revisiting the offices. Looks like forensics is taking the day off today. Detective Gumshoe's nowhere in sight. The police really gave this place a working over. I doubt there are any valuable clues left. Suppose it can't hurt to take a look around, though. So examine. Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. The sky is blue and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Let's see. An old movie poster. Apparently this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. I'll have to check it out one of these days. Okay. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing that's missing is Mia. Okay. You couldn't cram more legal books in here even if you wanted to. All the case that some of the files missing? Nah, I'm imagining things. Okay. Option... Can I slide? Okay. No, I can't slide. Alright. So, back. Move. Alright, there's no sliding here. No. So, I guess let's go to the hotel. Room 303. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare say so myself. Oh, thanks. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewaters' rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where the murderer used a wiretap. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It'll be great for business, sir. Whoa, Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? So, you are our honored guest. Please, let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Okay. Let's look around. There's the... Still a screwdriver stuck in that drawer. Ah, please leave that as it is, sir. That's the Drawer of Terror, hiding place of the murderer's wiretap. It's set to become one of the most popular attractions here. This guy's serious. I don't believe it. Okay. A vase, as expected. I'm not good with flower names, except maybe tulips and sunflowers. Okay. Ah, still scene painting. Wait, should that be still life? Whatever, we already read that. Okay. Dang it, I forgot. There were 2 glasses. Right, and I forgot that little detail. The bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. Why hasn't he cleaned these up by now? Ah, I beg your pardon, sir, but if you could please refrain from touching those? It's part of the decor. I call it the last drink before the murder. We'll be famous, the talk of the hotel industry. Okay. Bed. A simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. Nice weather again today. I can see the Fane Company law offices, of course. Ah, yes. We plan to install a telescope in that window, of course. Just $5 will earn you 3 minutes of a view to a kill. Just kidding, sir. Ho, 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 ho. By that look in his eyes, I'd say he was more than serious. Okay. Alright, nothing useful here. Okay. Let me see. Alright. Well, I can still talk to you. Okay, about Miss May. Oh, her. Sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. Photo. Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely. And on that subject, I have an excellent idea, sir. Currently, this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose that we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel. Murder Manor. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. Okay, so that's everything here. On to Grossberg, I guess. Well, I suppose I could show him things. Let's see. What if I show you this? I'm sorry. All I could think about during the trial was the hotel. I wasn't paying much attention to the evidence. Okay, even the wiretap? Okay, what about my attorney's badge? Okay, back. Alright, let's move on to the Grossberg law offices. We know there's something weird here. Because he was very weird about taking the case. And, oh, the picture's gone. Huh, looks like Grossberg is out today. Again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason? Well, well, well. If it isn't a photo. Expensive looking mahogany bookshelves. Right, funny. They don't seem like they've been read. Right. So, wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah, it was a painting of, fisherman? Wasn't it a very memorable painting? It wasn't a very memorable painting, anyhow. Painting of... It might have been a painting of Grossberg. There weren't any sunflowers, I don't think. Okay. But, photo. What's this? Old photos? There are two lying here. Something's been written in pencil on the backs. DL6 Incident Exhibit A. DL6 Incident Exhibit B. Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. I'm sure no one will miss just one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Okay. Photograph quietly added to the record. A photo lies on the desk. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took? Let's see. Yes, for now. Apparently I can only carry one photo. Exhibit B. Okay. All else is as it was. There's no one to talk to here. So let's go to the Gatewater Hotel. And let me show you this. My inventory's full. Take a look at this photo. That's him, detective. I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once more. You know how it is. No, I don't. Without a doubt, that is the man who checked in with Miss April May. How about I write an affidavit swearing that that's him? An affidavit? This guy's way too excited about this. Sure. Well, sure, why not? Yes! I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Or is it affidavit? Just hurry up and write it. Bellboy's affidavit added to the court record. Okay. Now even Miss May can play dumb to this. Okay. So I have more room here. Good. Okay. So now let's go back to the detention center and show her the photo. You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now. You don't just have spiky hair, you also have a spiky heart. That does it. When this case is done, I'm shaving my head. Okay. Present. Okay. Have a look at this. Look, I've said several times I'm not telling you. Where did you... Aha! A reaction. This is him, isn't it? What? Who? When? Why? It is him. This is the man who stayed in your hotel room the night of the murder. No, that's not right. Nice try, Miss Cooperative. Do you have proof that it was him? Yeah, proof. Show me proof. I'm so close. Well, I do have proof. I'm not sure I should be playing all my cards, but this doesn't seem like the game that would punish me for this. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with. He was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Ease her fears or push her hard? Let's see. Well, let's ease her fears, and if that doesn't work, we'll push her hard. Okay. She's vulnerable now. I should be gentle. Miss May, it would be easy for me to hand this affidavit to the police. If they get involved, wouldn't your boss be even more, inconvenienced? All I want to do is have a little chat with him. You won't tell me? Is that all you have to say? Yes. If it's so easy for you to get the police involved, then why don't you? Somehow I think you're not up to it, Show them a little kindness and they jump all over you. That had the opposite effect to what I hoped. Aw, poor little lawyer. And you were so close. This isn't working. I think I've worn out this piece of paper's usefulness. Damn it. Bellboy's affidavit What? Discarded? No, that's for the, that's important in the, what do you call it? The man in this photo is the one I want. Why did April May not want to talk about it? She must know him. Okay. Sorry, I don't want to show this to her. I've already done that. That was very strange. Okay. So let's try the other photo. It's ridiculous. Where the heck is that loafer? That old familiar clearing of the throat. Aha, you again. Hello, Mr. Grossberg. Well. You were quite the thing, my boy. Excuse me? The trial. He was there. Reminded me of myself when I was a youth. I guess something got passed down through Mia. Maybe. It brings back memories, it does. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. I apologize. It was all a bit too much for me, my boy. Seeing you today, I appreciate the reminiscing, but I'd much rather you gave me some information. Okay, talk. So, that other photo appears to be gone. Okay. So today's trial. You came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see. Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. If you were that worried about it, why didn't you offer to defend her? I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. Maybe I can find something that will inspire him to talk. The other day, I'm sure there was a big pretentious-looking painting on that wall. Pretentious-looking? Well, you know the one I mean. Anyway, where did it go? Yes, well, I got rid of it. Got quite tired of the thing, really. I sold it, you see. Yes, that's right. Sold it? I'm not sure I buy that. Wasn't that painting rather important to you, sir? Did something happen? I don't see how it's any of your business. Please, speak no more of that accursed painting. I mumble. Okay. So, what if I show you this? I mean, this is probably what we're going for, but, okay, back, present. I beg your pardon, but I am not at liberty to speak on the matter. Okay, what about this matter? Excuse me, I was wondering about this photograph. Where did you get that? I borrowed it. Well, give it back at once. Mr. Grossberg, tell me about the man in this photo. He may have been in that hotel room with April May on the night of the murder. Do you know something about him? Anything? Very well, I'll tell you what I know. However, you didn't hear it from me, if you follow. I follow. The man is Mr. Red White. He is neither. I mean, he's purple. That's more red-blue. He's the president of Blue Corp. Red, White? Blue Corp. They're something like a detective agency, right? They're information pros. They sell information, you see. Sensitive information. Despite his name, Mr. White has the blackest reputation of any man in this country. Should you run across him, watch what you say. You wouldn't want him digging up any dirt on you. Selling information. Sounds like blackmail. Can you tell me where Blue Corp is located? I suppose. Mr. Red White at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. Even if April May couldn't have done it, he could have. Time to take action. Photograph returned to Mr. Grossberg. Now, I must ask you to leave. I need to think about things. Alone. Okay. Alright. Oh, and I'm supposed to show my attorney's badge to people. I beg your pardon? Okay, nothing. Alright, so let's go to Blue Corp. Oh, and would you believe there's the painting. CEO's office. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome! Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the? Your name. What's your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Wright. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous! Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary? What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So, what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes, this guy's arrogance meter is off the scale. Alright, let's talk. Look at this is a remarkably stupid table. I'm guessing this is supposed to be a desk? My, this is quite the thing. It is modeled on my body, see? Well, does its sleek roundture not inspire you? Well, it inspires something, certainly. This is the top floor of a 20-story building. The view is quite presidential. Okay. An impressive lineup of trophies. Judge's Special Runner-Up. Best Participation. Judge's Cooperation Award. Special Good Try Prize. The words judges and special kind of stand out. So, notably, these are not awards for actually doing anything. A statue of a man holding up the world. The Blue Corp sign certainly stands out enough. The model for this man is, of course, Mr. White. Truly a work of art, but probably too, beautacious for you to appreciate, correct? I think it's a little beautacious for just about anyone to appreciate. Alright. And, of course... Haven't I seen this somewhere? Is this a replica? Ridiculosity! I have no interest in anything but originals. That right there is a bona fide original, worth $5 million for sure. Okay, so he has the painting to the, from Mr. Grossberg's office. Okay. So. Talk.
Tell me about Blue Corp. When I played this game as a kid, I thought that the writers were trying a bit too hard for this guy. Well, he is, he seems pretty in keeping with the general kinds of characters in this game. What kind of company is Blue Corp, anyway? Ah, excellent question. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future. You might say, we are the future. Sell information. In just 10 years, I built this business up into the grand office you see now. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. I, Red, White, or Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, do you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? You like the color blue, but there's very little blue in this room, I will note. You have a little bit of it on your tie, but... yeah. And it says, by 18 I realized that most billionaires are even worse than this guy. Oh, Blue Corp is basically Microsoft, Nina says. Really? Okay. Tell me about Miss May. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Correct. She was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed, she is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties, but I assure you we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. Sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom pay attention to mundane details such as time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. You raised a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. Okay. And it says Windows is an operating system. That's not how Microsoft makes their money. It's an information gathering system. Probably everything's an information gathering system these days. Okay, that painting. There's something that's been bothering me. Yes? What might that be? That big painting on the wall over there. When did you get it? Say, when did you get that painting? No idea. I forgot. I've seen that painting before. Yesterday, in fact. Why do I find that painting here today? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again. Who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend, a mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch, zippo, nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney, Grodyberger. What? Uh-oh. Oof. He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Charge away. I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say. I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension. You came here from Grodyberger's, I presume. Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that his painting, this painting of his hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss. Okay. There's nothing I have to, relevant to show him. Okay. Back to the offices, I suppose.
I can also go to the detention center and say that, and tell May that he is that he's throwing her under the bus. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat? Jumping Jehoshaphat! Oh, you! What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him, that much is clear. Alright, talk. So, today's trial. So you came to see the trial, right? Bothering me all night. What was that? It's just Mia's sister. So okay, fine. Tell me more about Mr. White. So, I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something's been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just, that big paint, well, all of these, but, what's the connection? Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there on the other day, was there not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp, Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, I know what it is. He's giving you information. He's blackmailing you. Blackmail seems to be his business. Yeah. If he was feeding information, then that would not be enough to make him turn down the case. Okay, fine. It's not something I can claim to understand. But you and Mr. White are lovers, aren't you? What? My boy. You sent that painting to him as a sign of your undying love. My boy, please, you're letting your fancies run away with you. Where do you get these bizarre ideas? I don't understand how you could... That's because we're not. Don't be ridiculous. Enough. I'll swallow my pride and tell you all. I knew it. No, we are not lovers. That wasn't that funny. Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. Name on the back of these photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in the defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. Does he own Edgeworth? Wasn't really funny. It's pretty lame, really. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. Okay. Tell me more about the refusal. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. A right, Mr. Wright? No, I'm sorry. It's just, I need more time to think about it, my boy. Okay, he does seem troubled. Starting to get a feeling I know what it is. Okay, tell me about the DL6 incident. DL6 is nothing more than a sorting code the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fay. Misty Fay. Fay. Indeed, she was Mia's mother. She had been investigating murder at the bequest of the police. And she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold the mount. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Okay. So, do you have anything? None of these are really relevant to you, but might as well try one. Sorry, I don't think I can help you with that. Okay. Can't help me with my badge either. Okay, I guess this version doesn't really do anything. If you show the attorney's badge. I don't even know why we have it at this point. Okay, law offices. It's funny, looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Okay, we looked at the plan. Now, there were things that looked like they were missing. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? Let me see. Could be under Blue Corp, or Red, or White. Oh, the sequel's when you started getting funny dialogue from flashing people your badge? Got it. Okay. Let's see if there's a record in this file that catches my eye. A, B, F. Misty Faye. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? Yep. I have tarnished the Faye name, leaving only these words, my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who had made my mother blame herself in this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... the record stops there. Samia knew Grossberg. Okay. That's JS. Anything there? Let's see. J through S. Nothing much in here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this? Sure. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. Biggest part here is at the end in S. Suicide? Ew. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. Okay, this sounds relevant. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these quote-unquote suicides. White drove them all to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Okay. Newspaper clipping added to the court record. Okay, what else we got? Check them. File T to Z. T, U... I know, W, White. The entire W section is missing. Was it taken? Okay. Alrighty, that's the office. Okay. So I now have this. Alright, so let's go back to Grossberg and see if he has anything to say about, say, these newspaper clippings. I found this in Mia's files. So she was investigating Red White, as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. Okay. That looks like it. Okay. But I don't think I have anything else to show you right now. Right? Okay. move. Let's go back to the detention center. Apparently, Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me talk to her today. Okay. Okay. Drat. Okay, so why is he still here? This guard monitors the visitors room. Moved an inch. Real pro. Okay. Well, I was hoping to get more information from May by telling her that Red White was throwing her under the bus. But that doesn't seem to be an option. So, could go to the hotel, but I don't know what else I could do there. I suppose I could also confront Red with the newspaper clippings. That seems like a bad idea. Should I or should I not? Now here's the thing. I'm second guessing my logic here. Like, logically, I would not show this to Red White, but the game might still be expecting me to in order to advance the story. And, I don't know, find out new information, maybe. Seems awfully dangerous. But I'm not sure where else to go, so I guess over there. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself. Save, go for it? Okay. Save. Okay. But it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty accident may occur. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. Actually, you make yourself, pink. Alright. Talk. Okay. Pulling the wool over people's thighs. I've got to put them on the spot and quick. Stop that. Your hot gaze is giving me goosebumps. Miss May. I think we're past needing to talk about April May. Gotta put this guy on the spot real quick. What's the matter? You seem distressed. Blackmail. There's no point asking someone this crooked a straight question. Some evidence. Okay. Why, yes. There's my eyes and my nose and my mouth stuck to my face. But of course I jest. You need not restrain your mirth, my friend. It is okay to indulge in my cosmopolitan sense of humor. I will not think less of you. Okay. Back. Present. And then you missed this. This is the only clue that Mia left me. I better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me. How? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia. She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You bribed him, you spied on him, you blackmailed him. You were blackmailing him. Blackmail? Not just him, either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all of the suicide cases that Mia investigated. The company is built on blackmail. This company is built on blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation. Mr. Wrong, what is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, I think not. You should be searching for the one who killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office, hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Wait a second, Mr. White. Let's see. You're right or you're wrong? That I should be leaving? You're wrong, I guess? You're wrong, Mr. White. Excuse me? What I should be doing now is going after you. What are you insinuating? Mia was onto you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason... Oh, that's what he... Oh, okay. You had April May... For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then Mia was murdered. And all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So, the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. No, sorry, wrong voice. Secretary's office. We won't be needing an escort from Mr. Wrong. Instead, please connect me to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Hello, Chief Prosecutor? That's Edgeworth, right? I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court. Quietude! I told you I'd changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one more thing. Send the police over here right away. The man is standing right in front of me. He looks dazed, but could be violent. What? What man? Are you even listening? Oh, he's going to accuse me. The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer, man. What? Mr. White, this isn't another one of those. Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your opinions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police, now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer. As was Miss Mia. How dare you! I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept that they make even you look competent. Am I going to get Winston? I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir. Ah, Butts! Harry Butts! What? Wright, actually. Phoenix Wright, and my friend's name is Larry. Oh, right. Sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? He was not a murderer! Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey. What? Take this despicable human being into custody. Farewell, Mr. Wrong. Okay, now I'm arrested. Thanks, Gumshoe. I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me, and the prosecution will be in on it, of course. Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Wright! Mr. Wright! Oh, Maya. Great, they let you out of detention. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you, so now we're on the other side. Ha, now I'm afraid we've switched places. What? You mean you... I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother, my sister, and now you. This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Help me break out of here. Defend me in court? She's not a lawyer. Cheer me on in court, then she'll be there and available to call as a witness. She's not a lawyer, so not defense. I'm not going to break out. That's just going to make me look guilty, so cheer me on in court? Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Huh? Yeah, like that. All right, leave it to me. Huh? I better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. Wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks. It's good to know you're on my side. There really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've got to give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece? Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. I'll show them a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. To be continued. All right. Save progress. All right, keep going. Phew, this is even longer than I thought. Okay, no, don't overwrite. Alrighty, September 9th, 9:52 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today. Ah, Phoenix, look! It's Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth. I received a call from the Chief Prosecutor's office yesterday. I was told that whatever Mr. White says today, it will be the absolute truth. No matter how you try to attack his testimony. If I raise an objection, I have it on good faith, the judge will listen to me. Okay. What, does White have the judge in his pocket, too? So, you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything. Why? Why? How can you torment an innocent person like this? Innocent? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. This... What? This... So I make that my policy. Edgeworth? You've changed. Phoenix, you know him? Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix, Wright? Phoenix? Well, court will be starting soon. What? But wait! Your defense attorney isn't even here yet. They're not... I'll be defending myself. What? I call myself to the witness stand. How am I going to cross-examine myself? Okay, let's do this. September 9th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 1. Oh, she's in the lawyer's box with me. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are already quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. That went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's going to raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Raise an objection. Mr. Edgeworth, you owe an explanation to the court. Why didn't this witness testify in the trial against Mrs. Maya Fey? I'm ever so sorry. Mr. White is a busy man, and besides, at the time, I thought that Miss May's opinion was all that would be needed. Again, my sincerest apologies to the court. Excellent, Mr. Edgeworth. I appreciate your demeanor. Great. He gets to show off, and I get nowhere. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. Please state your full name. You wish to know the title of my personage? Your name? Yes, that is what I said. Oh dear, do my locutions confuse? Name! Okay. Edgeworth
the chief prosecutor may have may be in the pocket of Red White, but Edgeworth is not, and he does clearly. Red White is not getting off on the right foot with him. These two are great together. My name is Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. So that's... I don't know what's Spanish for red, but I'm pretty sure that that's... wait a minute, no. Well, there's Nino and then there's Nino, I think. Blanco is white, I know that much. I am the CEO, or to use a more common term, the president of Blue Corp. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Fey? That would be a negatory. No, I did not. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. Why do I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing? Oh, stop that. I hope you have made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Let him have it, Phoenix. Okay. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quietly perusifying, or that's reading to you, some papers by the window. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him. It was a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. If things occurred as you testify, then I'm afraid the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. All right, witness's account. About 9 o'clock, right. Quietly perusifying, that's reading. Okay. What were you reading? I'm just curious. By window, you mean the one directly across from Fane Co. law offices? Correct. That is the only window you see. And there you were reading papers? Correct. Gatewater is a businessman's hotel, and I am a busy man who had business to do. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. How exactly did you hear this? A bedlam? It must have been when you attacked, I assume. We see. Continue. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way. It was then I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Spiky-haired? Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. Okay. What you just said directly conflicts with Miss May's testimony. Miss May clearly stated that the assailant looked like a girl. I've always been proud of my eyesight, Mr. Lawyer. Just what is your eyesight? Shiny, counting both eyes, 40. That's not how eyesight works. 40? Don't add them together. I think the witness is trying to say his eyesight is good. Hey, whose side is the judge on, anyway? And what did you do then? I called Miss May over at once. She, too, was surprised, of course. Tell me more. Okay. What was Miss May doing at that time? She had just finished watching a soap opera on the TV and was weeping openly. Did you know she had been tapping the Fay office phone?
Objection!
Irrelevant. That has nothing to do with the case at hand. I care not. I will answer the lawyer's bold inquiry. Miss May was acting alone when she tapped the phone of this Fay woman. You'd make a good politician, Mr. White. Oh, I know. After all, I am El Presidente. Please continue. Okay.
Maina says, fun fact, 20/20 is just average. From what I remember, it's supposed to mean that you can see from 20 feet away that what the average person can see. Yes, at 20 feet. 20/40 vision means you can see at 20 feet with the amount of detail you should be able to see at 40 feet. Or, I think something like that. No, I think it's the other way around. Alright. So tell me more about this chase. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course. Comprende. I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. You gave chase and struck her down. Are you sure? As you know, I am always abso-positively perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Okay, more information. Are you sure about that? How many times must I say it? I am abso-positively perfect. End of story. How many times must I hear that? Psst, Phoenix. Isn't something about that strike you as a little odd? Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Then it was all over. Impaction? Don't you just mean impact? Ridiculosity! I think you need to brush up on your language skills. On second thought, perhaps I'd better leave the whole language thing alone. Did Edgeworth prep this guy too, I wonder? Anyway, I better find the weakness in there. Okay. 9. Ran to the left. Okay. So ran to the left, but the body was found on the right edge of the window. So let's take a look at this. Well, I meant to review it, but I remember. Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see... Come on. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Good grief. Whoops, that didn't go so well. Okay. Victim ran to the left and you gave chase. So not that. There's the light stand. Let's see. If she ran to the left, then she shouldn't have been visible. Okay. So 9 o'clock. Reading. Heard bedlam coming from outside. Turned to look at the building across the way. Allegedly saw me. That's a lie, of course. Man was none other than you. Called Miss May over at once. She was surprised. Victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Terrible impaction. It was all over. Okay, let's review this one more time. You sure about that? I could try the lamp. Okay, I'm gonna save real quick because I'm not sure. Like, let me see. This was found to, that would have been his right. There's a glass shards to the left. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. No, May's testimony. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck.
Objection!
Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. What is this? You said the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran right. Oh, it is simple. You have misheard her. I think not. Look at the floor plans. The killer was here. And the victim here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claimed she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. Okay, that's a good point. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Very strange. I did see her run to the left. I did. Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one. True. Maybe he really did see the victim run left. So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Miss May says right, Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction of the court? Both are right? Let me see. So he said right. No, he said left. So if we look at this again, check. So if the killer is here, Miss May is here. Let's see. So if she'd gone to his right, that would have been this way. To his left would have been this way. Okay? Because, you know, of course he did it. Okay. Both are right. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. Ha! I doubt it. Or, rather, that does not clear out the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Fay & Company, of course. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing. Alright, that would be right here, with the big red K. He wasn't the victim. So the question is, how did this lamp and such get overturned? All this stuff is over by the shells. Those are back there. So
Take that!
yeah, take that. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. To him, it would appear that she ran to the left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Order! I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion!
Objection!
The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. Oh, they're no more far-fetched than the evidence that you were filing against Maya before. You provided us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor, might I be allowed to testify once more? Very well, let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. Okay, she ran to the left. Miss May's testimony was correct, as was mine. When you assaulted the girl, she first ran to the left, and when you hit her, savagely. That is what I saw. Okay, she ran to the left. Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Okay, so glass shards. That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice.
Don't you remember, Mr. Lawyer? I'm pretty sure from a blow, so one blow. It doesn't say a single blow, though, so I don't know if it's going to, like, go for this. That does seem to make sense. Will you be cross-examining the witness's testimony? You bet I will! I mean, yes, sir, Your Honor. Alright. I saw the girl. She first ran to the left. Okay, information. What do you mean, first? First? That is what comes before what happens next, if you do speak English, right? Please, sit back, relax. I will try to use simple words for your benefit. First, she ran to the left, and then you hit her savagely. That is where I saw. Tell me more. I didn't hit anyone. Now, Mr. Wright, there's no point hiding things from this court. I'm not hiding anything. Prosecution requests the defense refrain from interrupting the testimony. Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Why is he mad at me? Next, with the last of her strength, she ran to the right. What do you mean, next? Next is what comes after first. I know that! Then that is all you need to know, Mr. Lawyer. As I said, she turned and made a desperate dash to the right. You chased her and delivered the final blow. Okay, more information. Stop saying it was me! But it was you.
Objection!
Mr. Wright, if you claim that it was not you, then show us proof. Ah, can I do nothing right? Nothing? May I continue? That is what Miss May saw. You see, you hit her twice. Okay, press. So you were watching both times? I suppose I was. And please excuse me for not testifying to this sooner. What do you think, Phoenix? I think we've got him right where we want him. He slipped. Let him laugh for now. I'll soon wipe that smile off his face. Okay. So I think that's giving me a hint that that's where to focus in. Oop. Okay. So let's give this a go. The autopsy says a blow.
Objection!
Mr. White, the victim died from a single blow. What do you have to say to that? Now's my chance to hit him where it counts. Mr. White, wasn't it you who told this court you were abso-positively perfect? I will refrain from using this phrase from now on. Your Honor, if you could ask the witness for a new testimony?
Objection!
The witness is obviously confused, Your Honor. I would like to request a 10-minute break. Yes, quiet.
Objection!
The witness is confused because he's lying. I emphatically request that there be no break, Your Honor. Yeah, we want justice. Don't let him get away. So, the peanut gallery is mad, apparently. Very well. If the witness would care to revise his testimony, the crowd's on my side. No slipping out of this now, Mr. White. Mr. White? Oh, okay. Okay, the two accounts. Well, see, I looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. What thing? Then, the next moment, I saw Miss Mia run to the left. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. And then she turned and ran to for the door. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap! Okay, your vocabulary is, slipping. Thwap indeed. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Mr. Your Honor, my stomach, you see, it is hurting. Deal with it. This is almost over. Okay. Looked at the other window when I heard that thing fall. What thing? What are you talking about? You heard that thing fall? What exactly was that thing? Huh? Oh, that? The glass light stand. Right, the one that had fallen over at the scene. Phoenix, doesn't something about that strike you as odd? I believe so, yes. Let me see. Let's take a look at the floor plans. Enter. Okay. Yeah, there were glass shards, but I don't think there's any way that someone watching through the window could have seen that this was a light post. Okay, yeah, very odd. Yeah, that is odd. I'll press further. Mr. White. Huh? What? You're saying you saw the glass light stand? Yes. Then change your testimony to reflect that. Sorry, my bad. The witness will revise his testimony. Okay, of course. A light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. Okay, there's no way he could have seen that lying on the floor. In fact, it was broken at that point. You could tell it was probably a light stand, but couldn't be sure. Right? Broken remains of a glass light stand. Broken beyond all recognition. Right. Then the next moment I saw Miss Mia run to the left. I'm going to keep pushing for various information, even though I think I know where we're going. Miss Mia? Mr. White, did you know the victim personally? No, triple no. How would I? How could I?
Objection!
I see nothing odd about the witness knowing the name of the victim. Mr. Wright, I will not have you harrying the witness. Looking a little flustered, Edgeworth. The killer, you, attacked her, but she dodged. Okay. Now, before you said that she was hit before she ran. Yes, I must have been confused. But don't worry, we all know what happened now. She turned and ran for the door. Okay. Keep going. What did you do then? I gave chase, of course. No, not me. The killer, I mean. He gave chase.
Objection!
Mr. White, please try to remain calm. Mr. Wright here is only trying to fluster you with baseless accusations. Oh, right. Thank you, Miles. Then you did her in with a single blow. Thwap.
Hold it!
Thwap? That doesn't sound like the savage attack from your earlier testimony. Yes, well, I am a man of peace, you see. Phoenix? He's getting a lot less talkative. He's probably afraid I'll catch him on something. But it won't be easy. Okay. Light stand was lying on the floor when I looked. You mean, this pile of questionable shards?
Objection!
Mr. White. It was impossible for you to have seen the light stand. What? The stand broke into pieces when it fell. Oof! Just by seeing the broken pieces, you would have no idea it was a light stand. So tell me, exactly when was it you saw the stand? Answer the question. Isn't it obvious? I saw the stand before it fell over. So, you saw the stand before the victim was attacked then? Correct. That would be no problemo, right? Big problemo. There's a big problem here. What problem is this? Mr. White, let me make sure I have this straight. You saw the glass light stand through the window from the hotel before the incident occurred? Correct. That is so. It's conclusive, definitive, undeniable, unimpeachable. No, it's impossible. You couldn't have seen the stand. What? Why couldn't he? You have proof? I sure do, Your Honor. A person in the hotel could not have seen the stand before it fell over. Because of the floor plans. I finally get to use the floor plans. Well, I guess I used it to point out the location of the killer. Present. Look at this. These are the floor plans to the scene of the murder, yes? Correct, Your Honor. Now, look. If you were to look through the window at the office, this is the area you would be able to see. Here. Well, note that the stand is not within the visible area. Well, Mr. White? What do you have to say to that? Ridiculosity. Mr. White, if you were in the Gaywater Hotel as you claim, you could not have seen the stand before it fell over. In fact, you wouldn't have been able to see it after it fell either. There's no way you could have recognized the broken shards as a glass light stand. So, when did you see the stand, Mr. White? It must have been the moment that it fell. And the only place you could have seen that from is inside the Fey Law offices. In other words, you were at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. Yeah. It's very quiet. Mr. White? Mr. White. You did it, didn't you? Mr. Your Honor. Miss Mia. Looks like we're about to get our verdict.
Objection!
That's far enough, Phoenix Wright. What? I forgot about Edgeworth. Mr. White. I think the time has come. Shouldn't you confess your crime now, What? I said you should confess your crime. Ergo, confess that you placed the wiretap. The wiretap? Oh, okay. Because that would place him inside the office. Okay. Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth, explain to the court what you mean by this. Distinguished members of the court, Mr. White is slightly confused. Allow me to explain. I really don't like the way this is headed. As you know, Mr. White is the CEO of Blue Corp. He ordered his secretary, Miss April May, to tap the law offices of Miss Fay. What does that have to do? Your Honor, the question is, when was the wiretap placed in the office and by who? No, you wouldn't. Mr. White, in order to place the wiretap, you entered Miss Fay's office. Am I correct? Correct. You are most correct, Miles. Give me a break. Yes, in order to place the wiretap, I breached the Fay & Company law offices. That is when I saw that accursed light stand. Now I'm confused. Please explain to the court what this all means, Mr. Edgeworth. Gladly, Your Honor. Mr. Phoenix Wright has made his position quite clear. He has determined that Mr. White knew the glass stand was in the office. He has shown that there was only one time Mr. White could have seen the stand, at the very moment of the murder. Thus, Mr. Wright would like you to believe that Mr. White was the murderer. I see. However, it is a fact that Mr. White had been to that office well before the murder took place. When he went to the place the wiretap, he could have seen the glass light stand then. Ergo, Mr. Phoenix Wright's theory is revealed for the baseless conjecture it is. Okay. Mr. White, you will testify to the court about this wiretapping. Okay, now is a good opportunity for him to dig himself a hole. Leave it to me. I feel faint. The wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. I had entered the Fay & Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. That is when I saw this glass light stand. So you saw the stand before the night of the incident. And this is how you were able to identify what had fallen over. By the sound? Correct. That is right. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine. Gah, what am I supposed to do now? Good luck, Phoenix. Okay, the wiretapping. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Okay. Let's just press for information. Do you have proof?
Objection!
Miss April May knew the details of Mrs. Fay's phone conversation. This proves that the wiretap was placed before the murder. Huh, right. It entered the Fay & Company law offices.
Hold it!
Information. Was it really you that went into the office? Or was it Miss May?
Objection!
Unidentified fingerprints several days old were found in the Fay and Company law offices. Those were obviously Mr. White's. And if I know Edgeworth, he's already run a check on those prints. Now, Mr. White, tell us why you went to the Fay and Company law offices. Of course, I had done so to place the wiretap. Why did you place the wiretap? Why did you tap Mia's phone?
Objection!
This has no bearing on the current case, Your Honor. Blue Corp is a detective agency of sorts. We have a responsibility to protect client confidentiality. That is when I saw this glass light stand. Okay. Tell me more. Why did you notice something as innocuous as a light stand? The light stand was made entirely out of glass. It was quite stylish, so I guess it made a lasting impression on me. Such a beauticious thing deserves attention, does it not? That is all. Damn it, there's nothing there for me to press him on. Well, maybe he's rattled enough that I can bluff something out of him. Okay. Beginning of September, the week before the murder. Okay. Let's see. What have we got? Bluff something out of him, huh? Okay, I'm gonna try some stuff, so I'm gonna save. The receipt? Oh, as in, this thing, the department store receipt. Maybe... before the murder. Let's see. Entered the law offices. Done so to place the wiretap. Run out of ammo. Tisk tisk. I'm afraid that's as far as you go, Mr. Wright. The time has come for you to admit your defeat. You fought honorably. No more. I can't take this anymore. Mr. Wright, are you giving up? Yes, Your Honor. No. Phoenix! Phoenix, over here! I know that voice. Mia? Never give up, Phoenix. Mia! And he faints. Where am I? The waiting lobby? What happened? Oh, right. I lost the trial. I was hallucinating. I'm still hallucinating. You're finally awake. Gak! Hey, Phoenix! Gak? That's no way to greet an old friend. Phoenix, I want you to look at me. You're... Maya? Don't you know the Fey women have strong psychic powers? When you accepted your defeat in court, it appears that was enough to shock to awaken Maya's true powers. So, Maya is channeling you, Mia? That's right. I am Maya, but I'm also Mia. Now, I want you to listen to me, Phoenix. Maya never gave up. You can't either. That's what I came here to tell you. Exclamation mark! But, you don't have much time, Phoenix. Now listen. You've already won. Huh? You have that receipt in the court record, right? Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. The one you wrote Maya on? Phoenix, Wright wrote that, not me. So what do I do with it? Look at the front of the receipt. Yeah, it's a department store. The front? It's a regular receipt. Looks like it's from a famous department store. $1,000. Wow, big spender. Item, glass light stand. Interesting. Date of purchase, September 4th. Okay, so
The light stand. Okay, so he says that the date of the murder was on September 7th, right? Hold on. Court record. Doesn't. Okay. Doesn't say here, but I'm pretty sure it was on the 7th. So this was on the 4th. So the light stand was not placed until after 1 week before the murder. September 4th. That's right, Phoenix. I bought that light stand the day before I was killed, on September 5th. Whoa! Now, what did Mr. White say in his testimony? Yeah, I get it. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. He said he saw the stand the week before the murder. Yes, there you go. I think the court is about to reconvene. Go do it, Phoenix. You know you're innocent now, you just have to prove it. Right. Receipt updated in the court record. September 9th, 1:16 p.m. District Court, courtroom number... Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. Is the defendant... Rather, are you all right, Mr. Wright? Yes, sorry, Your Honor. I'm fine now. And let's start where we left off. Your Honor, there is nothing to go back to. Cross-examination of Mr. White is finished. All that is required now is for you to pass judgment on the defendant, Phoenix Wright. Henko says, I was right. Yes. That is, he was right. W-R-I-T-E. Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I promise you this is the last time I'll ask you. But as Mr. Edgeworth has noted, the trial is more or less finished. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have an opinion on this matter? I say, let us give Mr. Phoenix Wright his last chance. Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. Okay. It was the beginning of September, the week before the murder. Okay, so... let me see. Press for one more time. Do you have proof? Alright, okay, we did this before. Show him the evidence. Okay, it's practically railroading me now. Okay. So... receipt.
Objection!
Look closely at this. See the word Maya written in blood? You're grasping. I think not. Look at the other side of the receipt. The other side? Your Honor, would you tell the court what is written on the other side of that receipt? Well, a glass light stand. And the date of purchase? Why, that's the day before the murder. Ugh. You see, Mr. White, when you allegedly entered the Fay & Company law offices at the beginning of September, the stand could not have been there. They're all so dramatic. Well, Mr. White, can't get out of this one, can you? No, it's impossible. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Well, Your Honor, I understand there must be quite a bit of pressure on you. But I think you'll agree you can't judge me guilty under these circumstances. Exclamation mark. Very well. Then that is all for this trial of...
Objection!
Now what, Edgeworth? Not so fast, Phoenix Wright. Eh? There's no way he can worm his way out of this one. Oh wait, I forgot. It's Edgeworth. There is a certain thread of logic to the defendant's claims. However, there is no concrete proof that Phoenix Wright is innocent. Ergo, I would like to request one more day before Phoenix Wright is granted his freedom. I need time to make one more inquiry into this matter. Another inquiry? This isn't going to be another one of those updated autopsy reports. This guy just makes up evidence as he pleases. This is bad. Wait and see what happens or object?
Well, let's save. And then, object, I guess.
Mr. White's guilt is obvious. There is no need to prolong this trial any further. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, if anyone is going to call Mr. White to trial, it would be me, the prosecution. I need a day to ascertain whether these new claims have any basis in factual evidence. I see. Objection denied. What? The completion of the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright will be postponed until tomorrow.
No, there's no telling what will happen if I can't end this now. Edgeworth is sure to come up with, or just make up something. Water. And after Mia showed up to help me and all. Mr. Your Honor, may I go home? Of course. Thank you for your time. Gah! The witness will stay. Mia. Phoenix. Read this note out loud. Mia? What's this? A nod. Okay. A list of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Your Honor, if I may, you're quite persistent today, Mr. Wright. You bet I am. My life is riding on this one. I have something I would like to read to the court. Okay. List of people's names in Mia's handwriting. Okay. So...
Take that!
The memo Mia had given me was a list of names. Many of them sounded strangely familiar. People in finance, famous celebrities. That's when it happened. Stop! Desist! Halt! Please, stop! Make him stop! How did you get that list? Mr. White, admit your guilt right here, right now, or else this list will be released to the press. Exclamation marks. I confess. I confess. I did it. I hit her. I hit Miss Mia with the thinker. Case closed, Your Honor. Well, I see no reason to continue this trial. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. You've done it again. That was quite a spirited defense. Yes, Your Honor. I guess you could say that. If only you knew how spirited it was. Well. This court finds the defense... rather, the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright, not guilty. Do they really have confetti? That is all. This court is adjourned. September 9th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I never thought I'd be saying this again. But congratulations. You're lucky I was born a Fae. I'm lucky I had both you and Maya on my side. I'm glad you made it. Thank you, Phoenix. You risked a lot to help me, and Maya. I won't forget it as long as I live. As long as you live? My time here is running out. Huh? Maya's powers are still weak. I can't stay here that long. What? No, there's still so much to say. Don't worry. I'm sure we'll meet again. Chief! I'm not the chief anymore. Phoenix? Can you come to the office tonight? Say 9 o'clock? You're not going to be murdered again, are you? The office? I'll see you later. Chief! Mia! September 9th, 9:02 p.m. Faye & Company Law Office. Okay, being here, it's hard not to think about that night. You came! Mia, I was kind of worried you might not. Huh? Of course I came. Well then, I'm pretty hungry. How about a burger? Mia? You should see your face. Mia. What are you talking about? It's me, Maya. Maya? What, did I look like my sister? Looked like you were her.
I might be able to use that. Oh, Phoenix, go to the store and buy me lunch, would you? Maya, why are you here? Because of this. See? Mia wrote me a letter. Take care of Phoenix for me. Take care of... Huh? She means the office. This office. Someone has to help with the new Wright and Company law offices, right? And who better but me, Maya Fey, reporting for duty. Wait, no. On second thought, let's make this casual. Yo, Nick, Maya here, ready to get down to business. You don't mind me calling you Nick, do you? It's a great name. Mia said that's what your friend Larry calls you. Nick? You know what this means? We're partners. So now I have a medium. You know, when I think about it, it is Maya's fault I'm here now. But if it wasn't for her, I'd probably be in jail. Wright and Company law offices. It's got a good ring to it. Yeah. Thanks, Maya. Good luck, Phoenix. I'll always be here, watching. With my number 9 necklace. Right, okay. Okay, Nick, let's do it. Huh? Do what? Burgers, dummy. Burgers. There's a great burger joint just down the street. Come on, time's a-wasting. Okay, wait up. The end. Okay. Turnabout Samurai. Why is it all called Turnabout? Brand new episode has been... No. I don't want to start it. Fine. I don't want to start it, though. Yeah, just... Fine. Whatever. Back. No. Okay. Well, okay, I'll... Fine. Oh, this is a movie. Call this a teaser for when the series kicks off eventually. The last moon you'll ever see. This has got to be a movie. A robot samurai. The warrior's swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. Could also be a novel. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episode. The Dark Messenger returns. Okay, October 14th, 5:31 p.m. Wright and Company law offices. Okay, so let's wrap that up for today. I think I'm going to end this one a bit early since I started a little bit late, and also my throat kind of hurts from reading all the dialogue. Opinions, the first full case. I'm starting to see the limitations in the very sort of it expects you to pick out certain things while not exactly not really acknowledging other things. It's a lot like the old interactive fiction where you had to occasionally do what were called guess the verb puzzles, where you knew what needed to be done, you just couldn't figure out the right command to do it. Another example would be pixel hunting in old adventure games. So, I think the first one was better. The first one was more logically sound, possibly because it was just simpler. So, I don't know. I'm not so sure about this one. This one felt a bit rougher than the first one. Still, probably worth returning to in the future. However, that is for the future. So the winner of the poll was Medieval Dynasty. So 1 week from now, on Friday at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Yes, 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Will be more Medieval Dynasty, and we'll see how long that lasts until we accomplish something or we get bored or something. Then Sunday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, more Minecraft community series. And in this one, we should be able to go after the Ender Dragon and get a dragon egg. Maybe several dragon eggs. And we'll be able to hatch those dragon eggs, and then we will have dragons. So, this coming Tuesday, no Tuesday stream. It's an off week for that. And, yeah, so, Sunday, Minecraft. Tuesday, nothing. And then Friday, Medieval Dynasty. I'm going to go now, give my voice a rest. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!